Okay, guys, what's up? And welcome back to Creative Confoes, where we talk about creative stuff and anything, we do with creators. And we have another special guest today. You may know him as on Instagram as Fotosbyfrancis. He's also known by Bo, Gerry. So, which of the names do you prefer?
Oh god. Oh, it's so weird hearing that. Yeah, I don't know. Just Gary's fine, I guess. Lately, a lot of people are calling me Francis. That's fun. It
Like
makes me feel like
Francis
my
Drake.
personality is split. I like it. I like it.
so,
Whatever's easier for you.
Okay, then let's
Uh,
start with it. Well, what's the origin stories? What's your real name?
Oh, my real name? My
yeah,
real
that's a
name.
good question.
Okay, so basically, my nickname is Gary because my real name is Gervaldo Francisco Sloot, and nobody knew how to say Gervaldo when it's written down, so we just took the first three letters, G-E-R, and I was like, Gary works. That's fine.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay,
I
okay.
pronounced it in my head Gervaldo because I thought Gary.
Yeah,
So
exactly
it,
so,
Ah,
but
me too, me
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, most people pronounce it Gervaldo, and like at some point of the lagere school, I was just like, I'm gonna stop correcting people because that's just my name now. But eventually, I was just like, just go with Gary. Just go with Gary. That's
yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
it's that kind of short, catchy ring to it. And so
I know, right?
Francisco is your second name, and that's what you go by with your photography, I guess.
Hell yeah. I
It
think,
sounds,
And
it
yeah,
sounds, it sounds so Victorian, like Francis Drake.
I know. I'm super glad I got that name because like it's also I'm very introverted, obviously, and I think that's also a reason why I have like many different names because I don't like people associating me with certain things. For example, Bo. Almost nobody knows of Bo. You do though. That's cool. Hell yeah. But
yeah.
I like the fact that nobody really knows who it is, what the heck it is. It's great. It makes me feel more comfortable when I do things, when I mess up, especially. I'm like, yeah, nobody heard that. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I stated right here in this Zoom call, so
That's true. That's true.
oh, yeah, that kind of gave it away. But I actually know Bo from when well, I guess you're still doing music, but
A little bit.
when you shared some stuff, music stuff earlier in the days, few years ago, check some of it out, and that's how I came to know Bo. And okay, that's the face to Bo. So, uh, what was that origin story?
What, the name or the
Yeah,
hobby?
the name and combining it with music.
I don't have a good reason. I just like the way the word looks.
oh,
Like there's
So,
there's obviously like
so is it
I
just
mean,
like
if there had to be a name, I mean, origin story or whatever, it's also just because like I like the name Bo, and I always wanted to name my first child Bo, but
oh,
I'm like super young. I'm like 52, right? So I was like, okay, I'll just name this passion project Bo. It's like my child. So I
yeah?
guess that's it. But it's also just because I like the way it looks.
Well,
And I
it's
love the fact that a lot.
beautiful.
Got him. And I love the fact that like a lot of Surinamese people like don't pronounce it right. I don't know. That makes me laugh. I guess I don't know why. I'm like, yes, I am
yeah.
Bao. Yeah, that's me.
So,
Wow.
what's the
It's
common pronunciation? Bow.
definitely Bao. Definitely, without a doubt.
Well,
What's up?
do you have something for French teams? Because they kind of have all your names kind of have a French ring to it.
That's true.
Gervaldo,
It's not on
Bo.
purpose. It's not on purpose. But like my actual names sound that way because my biological dad is from Brazil. So I guess that's where those come from, you know. It's not very
Mm,
French, but that's why they sound kind of foreign. Yeah.
okay, cool. Well, we got your names down. We'll go with Gerry from now on. I think that's the
Hell
easiest,
yeah.
most memorable one. And
Love it.
it reduces the risk of mispronunciation for the future.
Fair point. Fair point.
Okay, so Gerry, how you been? You're, I guess, located in Suriname now. I guess, like Tevin, lockdown. Got
Hell
some
yeah.
time on your hands doing passion projects. So, what do you do nowadays?
Uh Post lockdown, it's been very very interesting, you know, because I'm in a very lucky situation where I'm not, you know, I'm not struggling too hard, and I'm actually, it feels great to be able to have this time to spend on music and whatnot. So that's great. I'm hoping to release some music soon, but you know, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm really happy about like photography going well though, because that pays bills, you know? The music has never made me a cent, you know? Like that is purely for fun, I guess you could say. So that's that basically. And that's also why I was late, you know? I was literally working I was literally working on this song and I just
With
lost track
beer.
of time. Yeah, though, I just lost track of time,
Mm.
man. It happens.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this guy just shared something on Instagram. Why isn't he replying?
Bro, I'm so bad. Like the worst part is I saw the message and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna forget that. Don't worry. And I totally did.
All good, man.
Oh
All
man.
good. Uh, it's a
That's so
Sunday.
funny.
Can't blame you.
I know, right? Good times, good
What's the
times.
last minute rescheduling?
I
But
don't mind. I
yeah.
like it.
So, well, I guess let's start with, before we go into photography, music, because basically that's the first, I guess, how I got to know you is through your music.
Yeah.
Um, so was that something you've done from early on? How'd you get into music? And your style is pretty like mellow, like chill type, or
Thanks.
how would you
Thanks.
describe it?
Describe my style. I don't know.
Or where do you get the, I guess, the inspiration or for that type of sound?
Well, it depends on which one you're talking about because I have very like angry music that I don't promote because it's like therapeutic. It's just me yelling into a microphone. It's not supposed to sound good. It's just you know, letting shit
Your
out.
expression.
Exactly, right? And then there's like the mellow stuff that you refer to. I think my style for that is I don't know, my dad was a big fan of like super old school rock. And I think I take inspiration from that. And then when I was like 13 to 16, I got guitar lessons from Santosh Benny, who is so good. And he put me onto like amazing music as well. And I think that's where I steal some stuff when it comes to like the older generation. And then me as a 23-year-old millennial, I guess, just the music that we hear nowadays is so good to me. Like bedroom pop, there's so many good bands, and even in Suriname itself, like Carter, fucking Fedi Hart now, they're so good. It boggles my mind. Just today, I was thinking about Oath back when he used to make music. I was like, oh, that was so good. I don't know. I guess that a little bit of everything, a little bit of old school rock, a little bit of locals, but like small locals, and then like bedroom pop.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
awesome. And
that's
I
fun.
guess you pick, is guitar your like main instrument you play? Play any other types of instrument?
Yeah. I mean, I half asked my way through playing guitar. Yeah. I used to have a keyboard, but I sold it. So yeah, basically all I play is guitar, like physically, and everything else is like sampled.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
since you're busy with a new song right now or editing something, what's the let's see some behind the scenes. What's the process like? If you're talking about
Oh.
sampling, like compiling, composing the songs, the sound bits, how do you go through
All
that?
right. All right. All right. All right. Interesting. Let's see. How do I switch the camera?
So, would you argue that you don't need to be able to play instruments well to make music?
Hell no. I'm pretty sure that most of the producers at uh
Oh.
I forget what they're called. You know which one I'm talking about, the one with the green logo. I'm pretty sure they can't.
Oh, shots fired! Shots.
No, it's a
Well,
compliment, if
okay.
anything. But my point is, nah, you don't need to. I'm not even good at music, to be honest. That's why I never play live. So
Mm.
basically, this is like a keyboard thing I recorded. It's fine, you know, it's whatever. It's nothing amazing. It's incredibly boring, actually, as a matter of fact. And then usually I like to add drums. And then where a lot of the sampling comes from is in like these tiny parts right here, where it's just like just singular sounds. It's a
Mm.
pain in the ass. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? There's so many other ways to do this, but you know, it's cool. I like it. It's like I don't know. It makes me feel cool. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. That's a lot of layers as well.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's probably way too many, to be honest. Like, I think that's also why
Well,
I sit on songs as long as I do for like years, because just last week I was listening to like the whole album that I want to release in December maybe, and I was listening to it, and even then I was like, there's something there I don't like. I'm gonna take it out. It's too messy. So like, you know, I don't like to call myself a perfectionist because it's still gonna be bad in like some way, and maybe in 5 years I'll be like, I wish I took out that one cowbell. But it's whatever, you know. I forgot the question.
no, basically it's a bit about the process, but how to get, I guess, that ear or sound interpretation on, what sounds good and how to, use a drum here. As you said, you use a lot of samples. Where do you even get the samples from?
I paid for some of them, and then I just sometimes when I have nothing interesting, I'll just like Google free samples, like
Mm.
whatever comes up. To be honest, because like for example, the ones I paid for were like a Vengeance pack, and then half of it was great, you know, but half of it is just bad. It's unusable. I'm like, oh, that's wasted money. I'm not making any
maybe,
money, so I don't want to put money into it except for, you know, the guitar, whatever. But
maybe,
yeah,
maybe that's why maybe that's how they got them. Like, I sometimes I believe if they put out samples, it should be really good ones and not just half bad and just it's like
right?
putting coconuts in a bag of lemons just to put up the weight. Yeah,
Exactly, right? Because
figure out
like that's how
space.
they'll like hook you in. They're like, yeah, look, there's 100 samples, but there's like 10
Yeah,
good ones. I'm like,
yeah.
Mm.
yeah, thanks. That's useless. Oh, man. Oh, and I
Oh,
think that's also a very interesting part about like, because a lot of people, I know that, for example, James Francis does it because he told me so, where like I write maybe 20 songs and then like five of them make it onto something I want to release. And he said he does the same because it's I think a very big or a very important part is just knowing when something's not good enough. Like even if it means a lot to me, or if it sounds good but it doesn't mean anything, I'm like,
Mhm.
you know, it's not
Yeah,
worth
yeah.
releasing if it doesn't mean anything.
mm. Okay,
Get what I mean?
I guess this to separate that, what if you remove the meaning, anything personal, opinion,
Yeah.
just aside for a bit, what would you consider a good sound
Uh, as in, okay,
for
for
you?
example,
Yeah. What do
for
you interpret it as a good
example,
sound? Like how
okay,
deep it is, the
here's
layers, or just the harmony?
I have two examples, and I love both of them. So like I'm not throwing shade. I love them both. It's amazing. But for example, Fadi Hut, his like old introspective music, I love it so much. But part of me is slightly, it feels wrong when I find out that he didn't make the beat himself or whatever, But then when I listen to Carter's Loud Whispers, for example, and I know that he produced all of it himself, that
Mhm.
blows my mind. Even if some of the lyrics aren't amazing, like just the entirety of it just feels alive. It feels organic. Like he knows exactly where he put which sound or which guitar part. With Whereas with Freddy, I still love it. It's really good because of the meaning that it has behind it, but not because of it doesn't feel his, but it's still really, really, really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Does that
yeah.
make sense?
Is it because it's not, I guess, the sound bits, as you said, not produced by himself compared to like
I mean,
the
it's not.
effort's not been put in the sense of actually doing the physical, making the sounds.
Yeah, but
Uh,
that's just like in my case because that
yeah.
bothers me. You know what I mean? Like it's not that it's bad, especially not with Fetty because he writes in a way that I could never write. I have a lot of problems, or I have most of my issues stem from lyrics. It's words are difficult, man. So like I love the fact that he can do that, but also way, way, way back. For example, when I found out that on J. Cole's record, I don't remember which one, a lot of the sounds that I loved were samples, and that also threw me off. I was also like,
Mm.
oh man, like you could tell listening to it that it was studio recorded and it was so 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 good. And then when I heard the original, I was like, oh no, they only added like kick drums and 808s. That's you know,
Okay,
it
you
takes me
guys are
out of the
talking.
experience a tiny bit.
You guys are
Sorry?
talking French right now.
Oui,
Well,
oui. Si, si.
I'm
I
not that technical on the music aspects as well, but I enjoy good music. So
yeah yeah
that's
yeah.
the degree of my. So that's why I was interested. What as a, I guess, someone who makes music, musician, on a series of samples, what would you consider? That's why I was interested in what you consider like a good sound.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. Well, I mean, for example,
Because
one of my favorite albums is Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly," and that's because, in my opinion, that's like a fantastic, amazing combination of so many different talents. Like there's actual, what's his name? What's his name? The bassist. Damn it! All right, Thundercat. Yeah, Thundercat, for example, amazing bassist, and he's like, that's exactly what he did with everything. He took the best or his favorites and put them all together, made the sound, and it sounds so good. So yeah, I don't know. Like even if there's mistakes in it, I like when it feels human. You know what I mean?
human, no reference to a certain song we know.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Unintended. Hey,
Good shit. Good shit.
but that's a good album though. Human.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
That's a good
the
album.
the Tanga album was fantastic. There was like
Yeah,
there was like no bad songs on it. All of them were
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I think that's a perfect example of like choosing your favorite. I'm sure he wrote like 20 songs or 30 songs and he chose his 5 favorites. That's good shit. I
yeah,
like that.
but that's I think, well, when we talked to him on one of the previous episodes, I always said like when he writes, it's only like a small percentage that actually makes it out in the world
Yeah.
that people see.
Yeah. Yeah.
That takes some discipline, man. I love that. I love that.
So, well, what's quite why I was asking about the samples and stuff, and talking about needing to be able to play an instrument to actually make music or not. I'm not sure if you know him. There's a YouTuber, um, Kurt Hugo Snyder, who does a lot of, I guess, production and challenges. Uh, he can play a lot of instruments as well. But for example, with a potato, he sampled potato sounds like peeling it, cutting it, chewing it, and made
Wait,
that into an actual song.
wait,
Interesting.
wait, wait. Is it the same guy that put out watermelons and he plugged it into some kind of contraption and started making music of it? I saw a
Mm,
video of that.
I'm not sure if it's the watermelon one, but for example, one of them that became kind of a meme on TikTok, Instagram. He was playing on a washing machine, the sounds. He was pressing the buttons and making music with that.
Yeah. I saw that one. I saw that
Interesting.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I
So
think I also love that shit, but like not that far because like for example, I've never seen those, but I have seen similar videos from a guy called Dan Mays where he like makes sounds with like just one brick or like shoestrings or something like that. I think it's amazing. But I think it's even better when you like go halfway, like you make half a song normally and then add in
yeah,
those samples. Like I just love it when shit like that happens. Like I think X did it where he sampled his car beeping sound on one of his greatest hits, and I think Death Grips at some point sampled the sound that a Hasfa nurse makes when you like turn it
mhm,
on, but it's not on yet.
yeah.
It goes, and I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. Why is that in the background of this song? I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah, it's like everyday sounds you would kind of take for granted, but
Exactly,
then they uh, layer it, process it in a certain way, and it actually sounds amazing in the
exactly.
end
I
product.
love
It
that.
it it adds, I guess, that depth, that flavor to the whole finished song.
Exactly. It's also that like familiarity. That's like why sometimes when people see quote unquote bad photographs, as in they're not professional looking, but they have a feel to them. It's just somebody sitting on a bed or something, maybe looking at old photos, and I'm like, yeah, this feels right. It's so familiar. It's not propped
Mhm.
up, it's not set up. It's just like, oh, I have a furnace just like that. It makes the same sound. Amazing.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like two sides of the coin. You got a technicality, a lot of technicals, but knowing that is just half. I would say not even half of the equation. The technicals
Yeah,
are really, uh, baseline.
I feel.
So
Hit me.
I guess your new single probably releasing December, right?
Hopefully,
Uh,
hopefully.
well, new single or new album? How many songs you projecting to put
Honestly,
on it?
honestly, it's been a wild 2 years of just writing, so I have a lot of songs, but I don't know like how much I should release at a time, you know? I don't want to overwhelm people either. So I think I'm only gonna release like 9. Yes, that seems like a good number. Maybe 10, just to make it round. Yeah,
Just like
maybe.
2020.
Exactly, right? And even then, 10 seems like a lot, so I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But I also have like 10 instrumental tracks that I just want to release just because either I'm not going to put vocals on it or I feel like somebody else could put vocals on it. So I'm just going to release them for free. If people want to like use them, they can use them.
That's
So
good.
yeah,
Nice. Nice idea.
right?
Yeah, that's cool. Before we go into the photography part, so what's your, I guess music is a way to express yourself, but you, you said you don't want to overwhelm people with releasing so much. So what's your trajectory with music for the coming, I guess, for the future? I'm not
I
going
don't
to
know what
bound it
that
to a few
means.
years, I guess. Well, what do you want to achieve with your music aside from,
Oh,
that self-expression?
well, that's a tough one because I'm constantly in a state of wanting to quit music because
Wow.
mostly because it's like not only is it a lot of time and effort to make it sound good, it's 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 getting like harder and harder to keep up. Because for example, like I wrote a whole album 2 years ago, and then my computer just crashed and I lost it, and I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah.
fine, this is fine. So that's a little annoying, but shit, where am I going with this? Yeah, I definitely want to release music, but only because I very recently asked my like friends, I guess, if I even should, because I'm just writing it for me at this point, because it's not
Mhm.
popular, it's not the typical song structure that's supposed to be catchy or whatever. You know, there's rules to it. Like if you YouTube it, like, oh, you have to do this and then repeat the words, only 6 words at a time, or else people will drift with their thoughts. Like, I don't care. I'm just trying to write anything I want, anything I think of. So, like, but what I have found is that, like, most of the people or most of my friends who do listen to my music, like, find a certain melancholy to it and then they relate in some type of way, even if they're not sad people, like, in general. Like, when they listen to it, they go, damn, that one was a
Could, could
little
you
deep.
could you define what melancholy is?
It's like
It,
a lingering sadness, I suppose. It's not quite depressed, but it's definitely not happy.
it's between sad and depressing, I believe. It's
Wow.
the middle ground.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but
So
but but if Daft Punk would have thought the same thing, we wouldn't have Daft Punk because that's how they got their name. Because somebody wrote up like, I don't know what kind of sound they're making. It's really daft, and that's they came up with Daft Punk. That's
Daft Punk.
exactly how. Yeah, that's how they came up with the name. Because somebody
Damn.
wrote about it, and it's like, nah, it's not it. And boom, look at them now. They're making collabs with The Weeknd. Yeah,
That's
any
true.
superstar. Like
That's true. That's true.
they have a really um they have their own niche. Let's put it that way. They have their own niche, and I don't know, but that's those albums were my first albums when I started like really get into graphic design or illustration. Let's put it as illustration. I listened to those albums for hours and hours after my computer, and that's how I learned how to check out for for some kind of music notes or what you call them, like bass, treble, beat, all those stuff. Like how they need to blend in so well. Like somehow it looks like it's I don't know. It gives you a kind of hypnosis. Like you shake your head without even knowing. You just nod to the music. You like
It's like that
you want
state
to
of
dance.
flow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Hell yes, man. So like, that's something that I do find very interesting. Like when people find inspiration from a medium outside their own. Like for example, you find inspiration in music to do graphic design. I do find
Yeah.
that very interesting. I love that.
Yeah,
Cause
I can
like,
do that for hours. Like literally, it puts me if I have a good album right now, it's After Hours by The Weeknd right now,
yeah,
because I drift
hell
in
yeah.
many I drift in many genres, and the way I like The Weeknd After Hours, it kind of moves toward the part of Daft Punk. Like they have a certain niche or genre where it's a bit of back to the 80s, like all laser and all those kind of stuff. That kind of feel it has. It gives a nostalgic feel. And
True.
and the sound that we can mix with his voice, blending with the music, man, I can sit literally for hours till midnight just punching those shortcuts on my keyboard while just listening on the album on repeat. And it's amazing what music can do to you. And that's how I started to respect more music, like different genres. Yeah, that's
true.
how I came to it.
I think I have almost a similar process, but it's not always the same. Where like I will put a movie that I really like and or liked back in the day on, like without the sound while I'm working on music, and then like every now and then I'll
Ah,
glimpse up and like see that moment, and then like maybe I'll remember what's happening. You know, maybe it's a sad moment, maybe it's a happy moment. Like without the sound, the subtitles might be on if they have them, and then I'll be
mm,
like, oh shit, yeah, and maybe I'll write something about it in the song.
Mm.
So I do like that
ah,
cross platform type inspiration.
Ah,
that's
that's
really
quite
nice.
interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
like
Yeah,
But I think it's
it's
also,
yeah.
sorry.
Go on. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I think it's also because like I've not had a boring life, but I'm not like interesting. You know what I mean? So like when I see something that somebody directed or somebody filmed, and it speaks to me in some type of way, even though I've never lived through whatever might be happening, because I like some weird ass movies. So like it's nice, and I like try to recreate that, because like the music I'm writing, nobody's gonna know what I mean literally. They'll just hear it after the fact and then come to their own conclusion, you know? Maybe when I say something like, uh, her habits held her hostage, it's like it could mean anything to anybody, you know? Whoever the person may
Mhm.
be that's hearing it might think back to their own pain and their own bad habits that are holding them hostage, no matter what it is, even though I know specifically which one I'm referring to. And I like that.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, pretty cool. I guess for me, one of the currently artists I really like, his it's just not the music. It's not only the music. Alan Walker. It's the whole, I
Ah,
guess, story and culture. Like he built around the Walker brand.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite intriguing. It's like apocalyptic dystopian, but yet uplifting in a way. And
That's a beautiful,
Wait,
beautiful
wait,
way to describe it.
wait. I- is it the guy from the song? Faded?
yeah, Faded. That's one of the first
That-
songs. And he just started like in his bedroom, like producing with samples like that too. And now he's international DJ collabing with. Uh, he
yeah.
doesn't do his own vocals. He always has someone else do the vocals, but the sounds and the production he does. Oh, that's just. Uh,
Bro, I
Yeah.
feel that, man. I feel like a lot of my inspirations were also like all just started in their room, in somebody's basement, you know, on somebody's couch. Like when I first started writing music, it was also just instrumental, and I used to listen to Flume, which is like not even close to anything I was writing at the time, because I was just writing like guitar music, and he was like all EDM. But just the fact that he was just some kid back then, you know, before he blew up, it
yeah.
was so cool, so inspirational, and like JPEG Mafia, people like that. I love it. I love it.
And funny thing is now we're kind of living in a the COVID world. Everyone gets a mask, and the mask was kind of his brand. He always wears a mask in
Oh
public.
hell yes, bro.
So it's like
Shit.
just he was already living in the future.
He was prepared, bro.
He knew it.
Oh my
He knew it.
god. Third eye
Anyways,
open like a motherfucking house.
you just mentioned you like some weird movies. Well, what would you consider a weird movies by your standards? Like
All
Hitchcock.
right.
hit us, like give us a benchmark.
All right. So, do y'all know Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he's like notoriously famous for bad movies nowadays, right? However,
Yeah.
there's these two movies. First one is called Mandy that he's in is fucking phenomenal. It's so good. It's
I heard about
absolutely
it.
beautiful. It's amazing, honestly. The first it's like split into three halves. The first half is unbelievably beautiful, slow paced, very atmospheric. It's so good. I could watch it 100 times the first half, and then like it slowly becomes like this absolutely insane 80s throwback slasher killer movie, and I'm like, whoa, that was amazing. Take me on this joyride. And then the other one is called Color Out of Space. That is just
Yeah, yeah,
uncomfortable, bro.
yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Yo, Color Out of
Yo,
Space is so
yo,
psychedelic in the end. You be like, what happened? Like,
bro,
and then like
bro.
it goes to a climax. It goes to a climax, and then boom, gone. And like in the end, the narration goes on, and you be thinking, okay, what happened? Shall it go on? Shall it start again? Wow,
Exactly,
that
bro. I
movie just
love that shit. That movie
yeah.
fucked with my head. I'm like, yes, this is nice.
But
This is nice.
this movie has like it builds up a suspense, and then it has a fake climax. Like you think like okay, this is it. But then you're like, no, there's another level. like like there was a moment like when the okay, I don't know if I'm gonna spoil something here, but there was a
Yeah,
moment
I
when the
haven't seen it. Yeah, but go ahead.
okay, there was a moment where the mom and the son are blended in one, and
Bruh.
they're trying to assimilate the sister. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like,
Bruh.
yo, it messed me up for a night, man. It messed me up.
Not gonna lie. Me too. I wasn't ready for shit like that.
Yeah.
And the shit with the llamas, bro. The
Yeah.
alpacas, bro. I wasn't
Hey,
ready. I wasn't ready.
but I was rooting for the dog that he would survive. But yeah,
Rest
yeah,
in peace, buddy.
yeah.
Everybody
The
Uh,
dies.
dog was
why is
really
it always a dog?
I know,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like as soon as
yeah.
the dog's introduced, I'm like, nah, he's gonna die, man. Shit. It's
And
been
uh,
fucked.
I
gonna
knew
send John
something
Wick
was
after
off.
you.
Yeah.
Shit. And the
uh,
guy
But
who directed Colorado Space, he said he's gonna make two more movies just like it in that
no,
like in that like Lovecraft-esque genre. And it's gonna be I'm excited, man.
no,
Yeah, bro.
no. Yo, but speaking about Lovecraft, have you seen Lovecraft Country already?
No, what's
I
Oh,
have
that?
not.
you should definitely check it out. Lovecraft Country,
Uh,
I think directed by Jordan Peele.
What?
Yeah,
No way, bro.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
hmm.
Bro, I'm bookmarking it.
Oh, wait. I seen the trailer of this one, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Damn.
badass. It's badass. It's
Bro, Jordan
badass.
Peele is on some next level shit, man.
Hey,
He's good. He's
the us
Wait,
was really good.
these are
Us was
quite recent.
unbelievable.
Us, like
Yeah, right.
the
Lovecraft Country. It
yeah,
says 2020. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
2020.
recent. It's last month.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hyped. I'm hyped.
I watched every episode already. I think tomorrow the next one is dropping. So hell
God damn.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
No,
Shit.
episode three just like episode three was like no, no, no. This is it.
No spoilers.
I don't want
Shut
to
up.
watch it. Okay, but back
Oh my
to
god. I'm hyped.
but back to the movie Color of Out of Space. It like the whole coloring, like the whole color grading they did in the movie. It looks like you were like on some
Yeah,
kind
it
of
does.
drugs or something.
Shit. I
Like the
love
whole
that in movies.
yeah,
I love it
it
when it's
was
done right. Like in Color Out of Space, in
yeah.
Mandy, in Annihilation, in Midsommar, They do the psychedelic scenes so good. I'm
Ah.
like, oh, I love those scenes. I could watch them forever.
Mm. Yeah,
Wait.
now
Annihilation
that you
is
mention
also
it,
one. Sorry.
no, I was just about to gonna say I see some of the posters, and you just mentioned the psychedelic theme. I think I get a feeling now, like what triggers,
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
the vivid pinks and neon
Yeah.
greens.
And the
It's
Yeah,
reds.
oh my
Yeah.
god, dude. Dude, like 2 days ago, I watched a movie called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Yo,
I heard about
that
it.
shit was that shit was deep. That shit was crazy deep. It's like it's the most trippy movie I've ever watched, but like in a great way until it was confusing. So it's like you guys should watch it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's really fucking weird. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not in
I
like a creepy, scary way. Just in like a psychological way. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. No, I have a acquired taste for those. Not all of them, but I'm
Understandable.
down to giving these
Understandable.
recommendations a shot. Thanks for those. We'll
Okay.
list them down.
Not gonna lie, like I'm not a big horror movie fan, for example. I
Same.
recently
Yeah,
also
same here.
watched Yeah, right, exactly. But I recently also watched The Void because I thought it was gonna be like Mandy, where it's like a psychological thriller, and then it's like a little bit of horror on top. But it was mostly horror, and I don't know. Maybe I should watch it again because I didn't like it at all. Even though it has like great reviews, I was like, I don't know. It was mostly
Yeah,
just
I have the
horror.
same thing. I have the same. I haven't watched even Gemini Man. Gemini Man already. It's
The
like,
Meanie Man.
yeah.
Is
I
that the one from Will Smith, Gemini Man?
yeah,
Yeah,
Gemini
I
Man.
did
Ah,
watch.
yeah.
I did watch Gemini Man. Not gonna lie, I
Because
enjoyed it, but only for the frame rate. I
oh oh
was like,
because
oh, this looks nice. This is so smooth, and then it got boring after a while.
yeah, and that's the thing. What I'm thinking of, like what I'm thinking about movies. Sometimes they're getting hyped up by the trailer, and when you watch it, you be like, man, I
Yo, I
just
never
wasted
watched
a
trailers,
whole hour for this.
bro. I never watched trailers because, like, I feel like they either spoil shit nowadays or they
Yeah.
completely lie to me. You know, they're
Yes,
like, oh, it's gonna be a
yes,
fast movie, and then the movie's slow as fuck. And I'm like, oh my
yeah,
god, false
it
advertisement. I
it's
hate
making
that.
like expectations that they can't meet.
Exactly.
yes,
It's like
yes,
every movie trailer now is just like boom, like
yeah,
Inception sound insert here. Like no,
yeah.
No,
uh,
but talking about Inception, just to close up this topic, that movie is talking
Till
Inception
on a
is
now, till
psychological
now.
level as well. Oof.
yeah.
Till now, I cannot figure my head around it. Till now, I can watch it now, and in the end, I'm like, so what happened?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a dream or not.
yeah,
I'm so happy that they left it at that, because like I feel like a
Yeah,
lesser studio would have been like, okay, now part two, give him the answer. I don't
yeah,
want to know the answer. I want to be left
yeah,
in this limbo.
yeah.
and
I love that.
that's what's kind of making it like timeless. It's like a timeless
Exactly.
movie.
It's a loop.
Woo! Hell yeah. Shit, isso
All
é fun.
right. Okay. That was a nice short, long sidetrack on movies. Let's get back to the boring but yet interesting life of Francis now, Francisco.
Oh yeah. Isso
So
é fun.
transitioning from Bo, I guess, yeah, Bo's still there with the music, but then going to photography. Well, what is that like? Why'd you even get into photography in the first place?
Honestly, it's like not even because like I feel like a lot of photographers I've spoken to have like this somebody in their family did photography and they thought it was cool and then they got into it. Like I didn't have any of that. I just for some reason I got a Peter McKinnon video 2 years
Oh,
ago.
Hell
oh,
yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
McKinnon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like all of a sudden I got him, and I was like, "Yo, this shit
Yeah.
looks good, bro.
Yeah.
What? How did he do that?" And, and like this was like right after I came out of the hospital for my spine surgery, which was great. And then and I just needed something to do. And I was like, okay, this is like an art form, you know? And I was like, after I started watching Peter McKinnon, I started watching a lot of film photography YouTubers, which I found more artistic and interesting, although Peter McKinnon is definitely still top tier when it comes to product photography. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like everything about it I thought was amazing. And then I watched like this is all before I got a camera. And then I watched a master class on Annie Leibovitz, and she was so good with like
Oh,
expressing why she took a picture and how. It's like, oh wow, this is amazing. And I was like, fuck it, I'll
she
get a camera.
she has top class. Like she has top
Yeah,
class.
yeah.
Leibovitz
And like,
is it's no joke there, literally.
bro, I literally tried to like look up her book, how much it cost. Her like most sold book is like $500, man. It's like what?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
But I
She
mean, you
she
know,
she is she is top tier. Like right there.
for sure, man, for sure. And then like I guess she inspired me also because like some of the pictures were just amazing, and then some of them I thought were like meh, you know, they were good, just
Mm.
not great.
Mm,
And I was like, oh, okay, but I love that. It makes it feel more human. You know, they can't all be bangers. So like,
yeah.
fuck it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll get a camera. I'll try my hand at it. And I just got it. I shot my cats a whole bunch of times.
With the camera, right?
Yeah.
With a camera.
Yes, yes. Totally. Wink. Yeah. Yeah. And I just shot whatever I could find. And then I
No.
don't know why I got really lucky, I guess. Or maybe I was cocky because like I got my camera at the end of 2018,
Yeah.
maybe in November or something. And then January 2019, I got my first paid gig. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. And then I guess I don't know, it was fun.
and
I
and
never,
and and then and then it started to rise because I saw him making pictures for the thrift shop and for
hell
the
yeah,
shampoo, and I was like, okay, this is good. This is probably going somewhere. I
right?
remember those days. Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
Man, I love this shit, man. Also because like I feel like it's a lot easier for people to process an image. It's like you just scroll past it, you're like, hey, that's a good image. Like, you know? Whereas like with music, it's like, what? I gotta give out 2 minutes of my day? Nah,
Mm,
son. It's like so it's a
Mhm.
lot easier for people to appreciate a picture, I feel like. So that's also a reason why I like doing it a lot more. It's
yeah.
like not just that it's making me money. It's just also when I do it for free or for fun, people still like it. And I'm like, yes, that's nice. It feels good.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. I forgot what the question was.
There was no question after that, but no, the question was basically why to get into photography in the first place. But I think you mentioned it pretty clearly. I
Yeah.
with Annie Leibovitz, that especially the process and the meaning why she does things. I think for
Right?
you, what I could observe is similar to your music. It's that part of why. What does
Exactly.
it mean to the individual? And in that same like thought process, you're also like what you did with the music. Oh, I put that sound. Oh, I'm gonna put this light here to add some
Hell
of
yes.
that
Exactly.
atmospheric dramatic effect or whatnot.
Mhm.
So
Exactly. And that's also something that I found back when I did a behind the scenes shoot for like what do they call it again? Forward motion. The way that
mhm,
they set up their cameras, their lights to film. it reminded me so much of like everything that she said when it comes to like lighting and lighting for purpose, not just
Mhm.
lighting to make it look good. And I was like, oh, that's nice. I like it. I can like find it back in my work or in their work. I like that very much.
Uh,
Nice.
I gotta ask this question because in photography, film, since you mentioned it, lighting is like key. How did
Yes.
you, I guess, learn to work with light? Like,
Honestly,
yeah.
oh my God. Okay, so what happened was I started getting some jobs, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. And all of a sudden, somebody came up to me and said they want a poster done for, or at least I had to shoot the pictures for a poster of their product, which was like a bottle of, what's it called? Fruity Sea or whatever. And then I was like, okay, perfect. I got it. And then once I got the product, I was like, okay, I have no idea how to do this. Let me figure it out real quick. It's like, and basically, I just Googled how to light everything, and I did the best with what I could with what I had. And what I had was basically, wait, hold
Nobody's
up.
looking. Nobody's looking.
Oh, a desk lamp.
What I had was basically this desk lamp. You
Yeah.
see, I had this and like my grandmother's lamp that she put on like her nightstand. I took them, I took them, placed them on the side of the thing. I took the lampshade off the other one because it was not doing anything, and I took a old shoebox. I put baking paper in front of it to diffuse the light, and I
Mm.
was like, "Oh,
Ah.
perfect! It works."
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's all I had. That's all, you know, whatever. It's like I put that, and I bought like a safe SLA thingy of like just white paper.
Yeah.
Put it in the back. Mwah, perfect. That's all you need.
No, it's quite amazing what you can do with just everyday household lamps that you just have lying
Right?
around. Um, well, but the tricky part is,
It's
how to utilize that in a sense.
Exactly. So it's like
And
it's the same thing. Like once you start looking into lights, you'll realize like the more expensive it gets, it doesn't mean it's 10 times more useful, you know, or more bright or anything. It's just
it's
like the
convenience.
tiniest,
Yeah.
exactly the tiniest conveniences. But that's about it. It's like
mhm.
it works with my shoebox too, though. You know, I got paid.
Hey, that's awesome. Um, I guess talking about your first big gig, how did that come about? Did they see photos? Was it a product
No,
photography gig or was it a portrait gig?
like it was. Oh wait, the first paid was in. What's it called, a portrait thingy, I guess. It was just shooting for this artist that came from the Netherlands, but he's not big, you
Mm.
know. I forgot his name. Damn,
Wow, your
damn,
first paid gig,
bro,
bro.
I feel so bad. Oh my god. Yeah, but like he came from the Netherlands, not for me, obviously. He was just here on vacation. And then we had like friends in common, and he was like, "Oh, I want to shoot some pictures. I have a camera. All right, perfect." And then he paid me. I took him like 50 pictures, and I got paid like 50 SRD. I was like, "Ah, it's amazing. I'm rich, bro." But yeah, like that was the first paid one, even though like I consider it to be not great. And then
Yeah, I
I
guess that
guess
was your
writing
gateway drug.
exactly. I guess
Yeah.
like riding off of that high of
Yeah.
that gig, I was like, ooh, that feels nice. Let me email some people. And I sent like 3 emails out to like Coffee Box, Barbo, and like one other company I forgot. Barbo never responded. I'm still waiting. But then like the other
No,
two
they're
companies did
lurking.
respond. Yeah, they better be. Like the other two companies did respond. One of them wasn't interested, and Coffee Box was like, "Yes, let's go." And I just started shooting for Coffee Box. And I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is awesome. I love it. It's so nice." And I guess
Ah,
that's how it went. Yeah.
I actually love that you actually took the initiative to approach I guess companies, even though
Right?
yeah, Parvo is in a class of its own, but I think it's
Right?
in that sense, the bigger companies, there's too much um, management to go through to even
Yeah, I
Yes.
bother.
feel.
Yes.
I feel. But
I
like
I
that's the
agree.
thing though. That's the thing though, because I've heard from like other photographers that they were like just scared to ask coffee box because they wanted to shoot for them. They're
Mm.
just scared, and like I had nothing to show them. I didn't have a portfolio.
Yeah.
I literally just did one shoot. So like I went there to eat and I liked the food. I took a picture of the food, and that's the only picture I had to show them. Like, I took a picture of the burger, and I was like, "Here you go. This is what I can do." They were like, "Yeah, great, perfect." So I feel like even though I didn't have anything, it's just if you don't ask, you don't get. I feel like even to me, this is a lesson because like I need to email people more. I feel like I've gotten comfortable, whereas like if I don't
Yeah.
have if I don't have a shoot for like a while, I'm just like, it's my free time, I can relax, even though I should be like, no, I gotta get jobs. Yeah, yeah,
No, happy you shared it. That's quite an interesting, or I guess, yeah, you got to be proactive in these things. And the other company, was it so? Another Morris. Yeah, you only showed them one photo. Like, why do you think that they decided to give you a chance and the other company, not counting Farbo, of course, didn't? What was the difference in these two
I feel
clients,
like it
in your
was,
opinion?
yeah, in my opinion, I feel like it's definitely I feel like I'm fairly lucky and I'm in a situation where I can turn down clients and or like I like to say I work with clients that I really like and or want to support, even though it's not always the case, but like
Yeah.
most of the time. And it's because like I really, really like Coffee Box, man. It's like I feel like even through the picture, they might be like, "Oh, wow, he really took the best angle, even
Mm.
though he could have been eating the food or something." I don't know, but like, yeah, it's like I feel like that personal connection is very nice. For example, also one of my favorite clients is Talking Prince
Mm-hmm.
because I just really love their products, and that was like even before I knew the story behind it. And then once I heard the story, I was just like, I'm entirely invested. I'll do every shoot, anything you want. Let's go. Pay me though, but let's go. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
No, that rolled in quite organically. Because I think one of the biggest challenges or transitions that new photographers have that are, just in the field is transitioning from that, snapping some free photos from a portfolio to actually getting those paid gigs. And
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's a takeaway that they could really value, approach clients that you like. I think
Exactly.
that's an important
Exactly.
aspect that you align with. Um,
I know, right? And I'm trying to do that more so, but like with smaller people, for example, like people I like, people whose product I like Meet Doka, Wolf, but obviously Wolf is his own photographer, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Mhm.
And it's like
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
these small brands that like I really like their shit and I really want to shoot them. But the problem is, like often they are creative and they like
yeah, they
shooting it
all,
themselves. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but I like your shit too. You know what I mean?
Well, you could, in a sense, give it your own spin and see how it goes, if you really
Exactly.
like it. But
I think I think like the way he's shooting and the brands he could collab. I think from my point of view, you can also ask Mitikoa. Like that stuff is really dope.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
it's your
Yeah.
vibe from what I see.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
just
I'm gonna
a
reach out.
friendly tip.
Ask them if they have any psychedelic, bright pink, neon green, type of.
Hell yes, bro. Like even no cap, I really like their shit, man. It's really good. I love
Yeah.
it. God damn.
And I guess the next question would be, you being in the space photography is like 2 years now, going on
Yeah.
3 years. Would you say that the space is getting saturated, or do you welcome that more
No.
creatives are coming into it?
Yes. Yes. I love it. But most also because like I said, I was never a big photography person, you know, it wasn't
Yeah.
my thing. Like I didn't know we had photographers here before I started. And like the first one I heard of was Nigel Fokke. And I was like,
Ah,
oh, this is
yeah.
pretty cool,
Nigel
Yeah.
you know?
Bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is
old
pretty
friend
cool.
of
And then
mine.
like, yeah, right. But then like, as I found more and more and more, I was like, this is so cool. And like some
Mm-hmm.
of them are real weirdos, and I love that because I fit right in. You know what I mean? I'm
Mm-hmm.
super strange, but I'm like, yeah, but so are they. So it's like cool. You know what I mean? And I don't mind at all. If anything, I love that there's so many photographers. I wish there were more. Like there's people I know that have a camera, and I've seen some of their pictures that I love, but they just stop doing it. They just don't pick it up anymore. It's just sitting there collecting dust. It makes me so sad. But then again, like it's also a weird obsession at the moment for me because I'm like so like everything I see, I want to shoot it. You know, like even if it's not for money, even
Mm-hmm.
if it's not with my
Mm-hmm.
camera, I'll just take my phone and be like, "That's a cute plant." Chick. You know, like why the fuck did I take that picture? I don't know.
Yeah.
It looked aesthetically pleasing for a second, and I might look back on it like in 2 weeks and be like, "Oh, that's an ugly ass plant, bro. Delete that." You know, it's like. It's like I don't know. It's just that like obsession, I guess, with it that I have at the moment that some people might not, but I can't even blame them. You know, like if somebody told me to like write music consistently, I'd be like, nah, son, I'll
Mm,
do that like once every 6 months. So I can't even blame them.
yeah.
So, so did the love for photography also started the love to like vintage models, like camera models? Because I know you snatched up one.
I actually have three. Yeah, I definitely I love that. That's also like I really want to shoot film, and low key I
Yeah,
am shooting film, but I have no way of developing it. You know, like I have like
yeah,
2 rolls of black and white film that I have in my smallest film camera that I shoot every now and then. But like
yeah.
it's just gonna sit there for at least a few years until I can develop it.
Because
So
because
yeah.
you snatched up like I think it's a Yashica model.
Yes, boy.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
I
have I
so
have I
so
have
so I was looking at it on Facebook. I was like, yo, somebody's selling a vintage model, like
bro.
perfectly working and everything. And I was like,
Yeah, man.
man. And then it turns
Bro,
out there were actually two. You took up one, and the other one was already sold. So it was like,
were there two?
man.
I'm pretty sure it was the same one that was being sold by
Was,
2 people. I'm pretty sure.
ah,
Here's what I
okay,
think
okay.
happened, right? Because I saw it. I saw 4 hours ago posted. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I want it. I need it. And I went,
yeah.
I bought it. And then as I was like scrolling again, I saw the same one with the same things that comes with mine, the one that I got. So I'm pretty sure it was the
Mm-hmm.
same guy. I mean, the same product, just by a different guy. And then his one was way more expensive. So he was
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
obviously one of them didn't know what they had, and the other one was trying to make some money off of it. I was like, all right, you
Yeah,
know, I don't mind the hustle, but I got a
yeah,
good price, so I'm happy.
yeah. So
Oh man.
basically, Diego, because Diego is like
Yeah.
I don't know what this. So basically, somebody was selling like an old model, from the maker Yashica, some old Japanese camera model. But it's
Yeah.
basically the one with like two lenses, and when you
Mm,
shoot it, it creates a you have to it goes on a film, so you can create like on a I believe a 30 millimeter film, and so it's like oh he's bringing it. Oh, I thought you were
I mean,
bringing it.
I am.
Oh,
So
yeah, he
yeah,
will
are
show
you
you. He will
ready?
show you.
Yeah, big reveal. Let go.
All right. Okay, wait. Let's start with a small reveal. So I have like a very small. I don't even know what it's called. Like it shoots half of 35 millimeter film.
Mhm.
I have that
Wow.
one, but it's like all the way
12
downstairs.
something?
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. And then
I
like,
think a 12.8 or something like that. Let me check it out.
and then I have
Oh,
this one.
wait,
Ooh,
is that a Minolta? Oh,
No, it's
it's
a Praktica.
Praktica.
very
Whoa,
Yes.
bro!
practical.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of the Minoltas also.
Yeah, but those are expensive. Like people are trying to sell it for like 1,500 SRD. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah. What do you do? I got this for free. For free, bro.
What? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, no, no.
And the small
Those
one,
things are, yeah.
this
Those
and the
things are
small one I
like,
got, cost me like 100 SRD, which honestly to me is
what?
like nothing because it's so good and it works. I
So,
have film in it right now. I'm shooting.
Oh,
It's like wow.
okay, well, walk
wait.
us through how you found these free and 100 SLD products.
Oh wait, and
Oh,
this is
that's beautiful. That is
oh
beautiful.
that bad boy. Oh,
That is beautiful.
oh my god. And then it opens up right here. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah,
Nice. Oh, I see myself.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Oh
well, when I'm
man.
back, gotta give it a
Yeah,
spin.
so,
Give it a
Yeah,
sniff
but
test.
first, ask if you have connections to who can develop like film, because
yeah,
otherwise we'll
true.
be
Okay,
sitting just because yeah, we're stuck with that.
bro,
Yeah, so
man.
I guess now they just have some shelf life until you find that.
Exactly, right? Exactly. It's like
Yeah,
back in the days.
In that sense,
This is
they're
the most
still pretty
authentic way
nice.
to do it,
Yeah, it's really nice just to have it and
right?
that
And
feeling.
like to me, like I don't. You know how sometimes people are like, "Oh, it's like the universe is telling me something." I'm like, first of all, that's bullshit. But secondly, I feel like the universe is telling me something. You know what I mean? Because like I got them for like free, and I did pay for like two of them, but like not a lot of money. I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is so crazy. What are the odds? I like
So
it. It's very nice.
how did you find them in the first place? Were they just on the marketplace on Facebook, mutual
Yeah, all
friends?
three of them. All
Oh,
three of them. Just marketplace. Like the
it's
first one I got was this one, the black Praktica.
yeah.
It was like entirely free. That's the only one that doesn't work though. Like the swing thingy is stuck. It was completely free.
what's
Like I went to the guy. He was like, "Yeah, I'm giving it away for free. I don't know if it works." And I was like, "All right, I don't mind. You know, and it'll probably just sit on my shelf. It looks cool." I was like,
Mm.
"Hell yeah!" And he just gave it to me. So it was super weird
nice.
because like it felt so strange. It felt surreal. I was like, at some point, he's got to be like, okay, you want it this much? Because I was super hyped. I was like jittery. I was like, I need
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? I was like, at some point, he has to be like, okay, fine, and give me like money. But he didn't. Such a nice dude. I'm really
Awesome.
happy.
Yeah, okay. I checked it out. You have a 7. You have a 65, a 70. You have a 35. Like what you have right now. And yeah, you said you had the other one was much smaller. I think that's the
Yeah.
16. That's the
Oh, yeah,
16,
yeah,
and you have
entirely possible.
yeah, and the other one is much smaller. That's the 8, Super 8.
Oh
They're
no,
calling it Super 8.
no, I think it's the 16. It's like half of a
Yeah,
35. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
But
those
man,
aside,
congrats.
yeah, us those collectibles aside for now. Well, what's your main
Yes.
shooter that you actually
Oh
use for your
yeah.
digital?
What's the
I
workhorse?
use hello.
Woohoo!
I
Hello.
use
It's
Hello, with
a
the handle and everything. Is that a Sony?
yo. It
yeah,
is. It's a Sony A6300.
nice.
Ooh, nice,
That's
awesome.
something you need, boy. Oh,
those
and it has
those
this.
those those are really. I love them.
Yeah.
I love the click. You also have one?
Sony 6500,
Oh,
my main shooter.
6500.
hell yeah,
Nice.
bro.
Nice.
Yay.
At my
Even got
work,
the cage
Fantastic.
and well, the handle's not attached
nice.
to it now.
Nice.
Oh man. No,
At
bro, the
work, I'm
handle is
using
essential for me.
at work I'm using an A6000.
Oh hell yeah,
So
bro.
I know how it feels. I know, and everything. Like, yeah, I'm so in love with it. I'm thinking of purchasing to
No,
purchase one for
I
myself.
love the Sony A6000 series. I used to
Yes.
have
Yeah.
a Nikon back in the day, but that was like big, bulky, the lenses as well. It wasn't really convenient for traveling, and like it was a full frame camera also. But then
Yeah.
the first time I shot Sony
I have one
in my
here.
hand was I was on a outing with Nigel. Nigel had
Hell
a
yeah.
Sony, and I was like, "This is so light. This is so oh." And then I saw Giorgio using it for film. He had his dad's old one, I think, and he was
Hell
using that
yeah.
for film, shooting some sample shots. And like, whoa, this is so much better than the Nikon for film.
Yes. Yes.
Decided to sell all my Nikon gear, and from a technical aspect, I downgraded in a sense, but yeah, best
No,
decision I made.
no, you're
Oh
not down doing
man. Like
anything
the weird part is
because
that like, huh?
I'm gonna show
Yeah,
you
you
something
first.
quick. I'm gonna show you some. I'm gonna show you something quick. So I lent this one. This is not mine. I lent it from my cousin. This is what I really learned how to use a camera. This is
Yeah.
the
I can't see
um.
anything. Am I supposed to
Oh
see
wait,
it?
wait, wait. Yeah, do you see it now?
Well, I
It's
see the
dark as hell.
silhouette
I'm in a
and
bad place.
the rim light.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, wait, hold on. Maybe. Oh no, I cannot put my flashlight on. But anyhow, this is the Nikon 35D 3500.
Okay, I generally know what it looks like. Yeah.
Okay, and then
Yes.
and then I switched up. Um, I switched up to at my workplace. They have the A6000. They had other Nikon, but it was from another person. And then they had their own camera to what they can shoot photos and shoot their videos. And I checked it. I was like, okay, A6000. I was like, okay, small. And then when I started working with it, like the photos, whew, crispy. Like literally, like the smallest thing, you can do a lot. Like the film, everything. Like when you grade it, but you have to put the ISO a bit higher normally than like the Nikon. That's how I found out
No,
that Sony, it has some small thing about it. But
no,
you
man.
learn with the yeah.
For video
And
especially, I think Sony has great ISO profiles, and like their
yeah,
ISO standards are pretty for low light, especially. It's pretty damn
Hell
good
yeah.
for what you
yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah.
And I was
It's
like, I was a bit iffy at first, live view. But once I got used
Yeah.
to it, I was, the traditional viewfinder, gotta look like the photographer. But once I got
yeah,
used to live view, I can't go back to the viewfinder, man. It is like what
I
you
feel
see,
you.
you
yeah.
can actually see what you're getting there.
Exactly, right? Oh my
Mhm.
God, it's fantastic. Like the
No, I
weird
love
part
it.
is that like the reason I got this also in the A6000 lineup is also because of Nigel, because like he's the first photographer I found, and I was like, oh, this is great, and I asked him what he uses and whatnot, and then I went on a shoot with him, and I was like, yo, he's using an A6000, and he's like got vintage
Yeah,
glass. This
he
is
has a lot of
amazing,
Yeah,
nice glass.
yeah,
amazing. And I was like, all
yeah.
right, I'm gonna get one in those, and then yeah, let's go from there. Good shit, good
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I was also looking at the A7 series, but the full frame series. But
Ooh.
then I was like, the price gap is it worth it for that marginal, and
Yo,
it's more weight
some
too.
yeah,
Okay, but I really want to go for the convenience, lightweight. maybe if I set up a studio in the future, then I'll get into those.
I
But
mean,
this is just your grab and go
honestly,
camera.
You
honestly, I
want to
would
buy
kill
one?
for a full frame. I
You
would,
want to
yes.
buy one? Somebody is selling like a whole
Yeah,
package, like an
I
A7.
saw, but fuck that price.
Yeah, $2,000, bro.
Exactly, and like
2,000
he doesn't want to sell it like
separate,
separately. So that's not gonna
Yeah,
work, man.
because
That's not gonna work.
yeah, because yeah, I was going for the A5000. I saw he's selling the A5000. I was like, that's
Hell
close to the A6, so why not try it? I was like, yo, these are the separate. It was like, nope, the whole package. I was like, okay, cool,
Good luck.
bye.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
No, but that guy's pictures are
Yeah.
really good too.
He has good video graphics also. Like he
Oh
makes
yeah,
it
true,
through.
true, true.
Yeah,
His transitions are
it's
nice. I like it.
he was also on the Instagram Expo. What's his name again?
Jake?
They
Is
call
it
him
Jake?
Taco at Play. Remember
Yeah,
Diego?
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Jake.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Jake.
Jake, right? See,
Taco
I
at
knew
Play.
it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, Jake.
Yeah,
Jake is pretty cool.
yeah, he's pretty cool.
I like his style.
Tell
Yeah,
him to sell me
And
his A7 like loose.
and his
yeah.
editing. He has a thing for editing, really.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
surreal scenes.
Looks great. Looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
and 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 he portrays it also really good in TikTok because I just why I'm saying that because I remember this afternoon I just opened my phone. I was like, let me check something on my cousin on his TikTok, and I went to the For You page and I saw Jake. I was like, nice, really nice, like some kind of editing stuff, and it was like, yeah,
I feel like I've only seen one or two of his TikToks, and he was doing those transition things, which I
yes,
love. And they're so good. I don't even have
yes,
TikTok on my phone, but I love those transition things. Those are so
yeah,
creative. God
yeah.
damn. The amount of work that must go into it. I
So
respect it.
I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I'm just going to lip sync my stuff and that's it. Bye.
Shit. Just do a little dance. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
No, no,
about
no,
it.
no, 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 no. No. I don't do those.
Damn.
No,
Hey,
no. I don't do
all the
those
cool
things.
kids
No,
dance.
no.
Shit.
No, man.
Yeah.
But I guess Gary, it's like photography basically your full time like occupation now. You do anything else outside music and
No,
photography?
no, it's basically where I make most of my money. But that's also because I went back to school this year, which is a great year to choose that, because all the schools shut down. Yeah,
It actually
yeah,
is.
yeah, in some type of way, it feels good. But like, yeah, I went
You
back to
have
school,
time
so I'm
now.
at FIS. Exactly, too much of it. It's amazing. And yeah, so like I'm split between school, photography jobs, and then like I'll make music whenever I can, but it's not very high on the priority list.
Yeah.
Also because like unlike with photography, I feel like you can't just crank out music unless you're doing like pop or whatever, it's just like generic shit. But like I feel like my favorite type of music is music that feels lived through, it feels lived in, like it's been sitting in their mind for months and months. They've been working on it for months and months, and then eventually they're like, all right, I feel like this tells a good enough story. I'm gonna release it to the world, be free. And then yeah, I try to do that as well. It's like I don't want to just crank out bullshit. I want to live through something, and then I have something to sing about or whatever.
Oh, you're living through some shit right now.
Oh yeah, bro.
The whole year.
Exactly.
The whole year. The
Uh,
whole year.
Exactly. Thanks for the inspiration, man.
for me personally, 2020 has been the best year so far.
What? Damn.
Yeah.
Honestly,
This guy,
it's been ups and downs,
this
bro. I wouldn't say best.
Diego needs an episode in Adventure Time because the whole way he's saying that like 2020 is the best year. I'm like, bruh, okay.
Bro,
Need an
don't
episode in
jinx it.
Adventure Time.
Don't jinx it, man.
Even
Oh
if
my
it's
God.
got jinxed.
Yeah.
Shit. It's been an interesting few months, man. You know the weird part is, like, on my birthday is when the fucking virus like officially came to our country. I was like, oh, this is the worst birthday present ever, man. Shit.
Well, you got time now. You
That's
have to
true.
look past the first, impression.
That's true. That's true. Just
But
chilling. Just
well, what
riding.
made you decide to go back or to go to FIR? Well, what's your course on?
Honestly, I'm not very. It wasn't my uh first choice, but at the same time, I already dropped out of high school a few years ago, and then I went back, finished it afterwards. But I dropped out in the initial
Mm,
phase, right? And then it's just like I've lived through that part of like just being a dropout with no papers at all. And it's like I don't want to do that, man. Like it's not just the fact that I'll have to work a lot harder to make the same amount of money. It's just so stressful, like knowing that I have nothing to fall back on. So like even if I don't finish this course or whatever, it'll feel a
mm-hmm.
lot better. Like it feels like I'm finally doing something. Even though FR is not a great school, honestly, they're not great. The teachers are not great, but who cares? I never liked teachers anyway. I'll study it myself. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm just there to get the paper.
Coronavirus.
Oh my God. It's not fun.
Oh, but I guess aside from the teachers, is there any specific course you're taking that?
Oh yeah, I'm studying international business management because that's very generic, and I feel like it can be applied to anything.
Definitely.
Wow. Wow.
Not
I
Wow.
didn't want to be too specific.
that is a sound argument in my opinion.
So I think
Exactly.
the whole sentence is the whole essay if the teacher asks, so why did you choose this school? I'm like, okay, it can be applied
Exactly,
anywhere.
bro.
That's it.
It's an elevator pitch. It's that
Exactly.
Hey, that's a point. That's a point right there. But we're not using elevators, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
True.
Well, one story staircase pitch, or whatever you want to call it. No, but I think just the business. I guess you're already experiencing it, but just the business in general, it's something you can apply to anything. And
Yeah,
not sure
that's
if those
true.
facial expressions help, but they
That's
make
true.
an
That's
impression.
true.
But it's up to you
It's
on
very
how
true.
to navigate through that.
But I
And
also feel like I really want to do something, and I'm gravitating towards something with clothes just to like, even if it fails, if anything, if it
mm,
fails, I'll have learned more from it than if I didn't do it at all. So I
yeah,
want to have like, I want to do something. I don't know. Because like I see so many cool brands, I'm like I can never top those. So like, what am I gonna do? I don't know, but I'm still thinking of something. I want to do something else, not something else, something
Francis.
as well. You know what I mean? Not
yeah.
just pictures.
And that's
Just have
part
that
of
experience.
being the creator, because
Exactly right.
Yep.
basically
But
making anything is in the creative space, and the business language is just to get that transactional part in it. Cha-ching.
Exactly.
yeah.
uh, oh, I'm so
It's
sorry.
to make those late hours getting paid. That's the business side. That's
I
the whole
No,
business
feel. I
side.
feel.
Yeah.
no,
Basically,
man, Gerry.
creators are literally like problem solvers because someone has a problem, and by
This is very
creating
true.
something for them, it's like we're creating a creative solution for their problem. Like for instance, Coffee Box needed some pictures to get fired up, to get people hyped up about their products or their shop. Hey, you came up with a solution by give them handing over like, yo, I can make pictures, I can set you
Hell
guys up,
yeah.
and that's the whole thing, and that's the brand. Your brand is basically you're saying, hey, I'm making pictures. This is the vibe I'm giving by making this certain, like a certain niche of pictures, and you like it. That if you feel like your customers want to have that feel, then let's do this and pay me for that. And that's the
Hell
business side.
yes. You
Mm.
know, something that I struggle with is like the balance between like, because for example, since we're talking about Coffee Box, I'll give them as an
Mhm.
example. Like they hired me, I did a whole bunch of shoots for them. They liked it, and eventually I started buying more gear, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna up the price a little bit. And then I did, and they were like, cool, and it just kept going. And then eventually they
Yeah.
stopped hiring me, and they hired other people, which I don't mind. You know, it's like, yeah, you
Mhm.
know, do your thing, feel it out. You know, see which one you like better. But the
Mhm.
thing that annoys me is that like sometimes they'll post pictures. I'm like, yeah, cool, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, this is so bad. Don't post this. I can do it better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then like
Mhm.
I'm at this crossroads where I'm like, see, like I want to do it better because I want more people to buy your shit, you know, so you can pay me. But I also don't want to lower my price. And it's like it's that tough decision because for example, I did such a great picture for them just this weekend because they finally hired me again. Hell yes. Money. But and like dude, when I look at these pictures, I'm not allowed to show them because like they're gonna reveal it I think next month. But
Yeah.
like when I look at them, I'm like, yo, I'm so good. How did I do that? And, and then I'm like, okay, there's no way that like this is gonna fit in with their photography at the moment. So like I'm just hoping that they keep hiring me to give them like a consistent
Yeah.
aesthetic.
The
'Cause, oh, I feel like they've been changing too much lately. In the beginning, it was like pretty consistent, and now it's like just a random white thing, you know, like white visuals. I'm like, ah, it hurts. That's fine, you know, it's fine. It'll be
No,
fine.
I think that's something that's gonna be a constant battle, because especially with different. This was just one example, but yeah, it's in that engagement, it's a relational engagement, and you gotta align. Both parties need to align. So
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
that's
true.
gonna be a
True.
continuous challenge. But hey, in a sense, the more you do it, uh, the thing is, once you get comfortable with it, as you said previously, you get complacent. So this
Exactly,
keeps you
right?
alert in a sense. Gotta up my
Exactly.
game, etc., etc.
That's also why I really like that there's like so many photographers, like small, big, or whatever, because there's like so many. For example, Taco at Play, right? Like, I like his pictures, and then like every now and then, I'm like completely floored by one of his edits specifically. I'm like, yo, this is
Yeah.
so good. I need to go out and shoot something, you know? Like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm
Yeah, and it
lacking. What am I
motivates you.
doing? Exactly. I love that. I love that. Healthy competition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's exactly what's in it, because it brings you up. But in, like, when you have an idea and you drop it, and they might even think the same thing of your work, and they'll be like, yo, but I haven't thought about that. So they bring it a little notch over, and that's you guys climbing up and climbing up. It's like bringing
and
each other's value out of each other.
and that's
Hell
good
yeah.
for the industry in general to uplift the
Yeah,
whole industry,
Exactly.
because it's kind of still
yeah,
taken for granted, the creative space,
That's
uh,
true.
yeah.
especially for the big corporates. We shall not name. You already mentioned some.
Yes, I entirely agree. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think we could go on for a bit more. Like, I got things on top of my head that we could dive in, but I think we should
Yeah.
wrap this episode up now, and maybe we'll have a follow up on more specific topics. But it's been a pleasure to have you on. You've been really,
Hell yeah.
entertaining and energetic, showing those
It's the
dance
cocaine.
moves.
Cool, cool, cool. Oh, yeah, I love the fact that you
um,
gotta quit while you're ahead. You know what I mean? Like, what if this gets boring in like 30 minutes? Can't risk it.
no, that's not it. It's just, I have a short attention span, so after a while,
Understandable.
my
Aha.
my my thoughts start to drift, and then I need to put in more effort to focus on what you're saying.
Understandable. I feel. Me in school, high key.
Same.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
where can people find you? What are you up to? Anything specific they can look forward to aside from
Oh,
your album release? And
um,
any last messages?
I mean, stay in school, I guess. Eat your vegetables. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm not doing anything. Don't listen to my music. Fuck my music. Go like my pictures on like Photos by Francis. That's about it, man. You know.
You, you see that right
I
there?
don't
That's
think much.
that's reverse psychology. He said like don't like it, and people are like, what is his
Yeah.
music? And then don't say,
Don't tell me what to do.
it's been done. It's been done. It's been proven.
Oh my god. No, but like I feel like there's still definitely a part of me that like doesn't like my music and doesn't want people to know it exists. At least not like in this moment. I feel like maybe in like 10 years I'll be like, hey, remember that song? Yeah, that was a good song, wasn't it? But not right now. I don't care about it right now.
It needs to age like fine wine.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or milk, who knows? Time will tell.
Mhm.
Oh man. It's been a pleasure though.
Awesome. Yeah,
Thank you
no,
very much
happy
for
to have you
having
on.
me. Have a good day, my friend.
Yeah,
I
Tevin,
think
last thoughts, final words.
I have a final thought. Maybe we should do a
Yeah.
mega session one time. You know, get a bunch of these kind of talks. Like this is good, but sometimes you just need some few more thoughts and it's
Hell
Yeah,
just
some more
yeah.
people. Yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely we got that projected for a future episode. We just need to get everyone on board, and
And the
get
timing.
down to it, Gary.
Hell yes,
Probably,
bro. I'm
maybe
down.
what would be cool, maybe once I'm back, especially if we could have a sit down, if people are allowed to get together and have it
Hell
When
real,
yes.
would be
a
back?
round table.
Let's
Ah,
go.
soon, sooner than you think.
hey, hey, and in 4 months it's already 2021. So
That's true.
you could definitely say next year. So soon is not. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It,
you'll know.
it,
You guys will know. Yeah, you guys
all
will know.
right.
But anyways, that's been it for this episode of Creative Confoes. Episodes are released on all the podcasting platforms, Spotify, iTunes.